Right after I made a video about Steven Seagal's Out of Reach, I asked you guys what we should watch next, and the overwhelming response was this guy.
Ow!
Fateful Findings was horribly great, so I decided to witness the roots of his creativity. Double down, ladies and gentlemen. 2005. Neil Breen is young and full of hopes for better movies. Well, I didn't set expectations too high for his first attempts in cinema, but maybe it will be at least on a comparable level with Fateful Findings' masterpiece. And we start with watching clouds. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes of your precious time will be spent on enjoying these beautiful views, without any additional information except the one you already know. This is Double Down, and made by Neil Breen. And just as I was about to give up with this flick, bam! Neil Breen opens his eyes and starts running on some rocks like a true hero. In this movie his name is Aaron Brand, and apparently he is the only one who can compete with Steven Seagal. Not only Aaron is a top-notch secret agent, but he is also a scientist and the mastermind behind every single satellite in existence.
Hell, I invented half the systems.
He's so badass that can make chemical experiments using malfunctioning laptop on a plain rock.
I control access to anything and everything.
The United States government couldn't handle Aaron's electronic independence, so they had to go and kill his fiancée in order to stop him from having genius babies. So now all Aaron has left to do is drive around the desert, surrounded by human remains, and kill zombies. And of course, no hero would be complete without a badass diet. For Aaron, that means a steady stream of canned tuna, which he conveniently eats while driving. Sure, most of it ends up on his pants, and sometimes he almost falls off cliffs, but who has time for safety when you're being late to impress a rock with your punctuality? And oh boy, we find out that Aaron isn't your everyday hiker. Turns out he is a psychoterrorist.
But I've planted biological bombs in 7 major cities around the world.
Get this. He reckons forgetting to send some secret codes to his bomb controlling devices, and this will result in deaths of millions of innocent people, and the rest will suffer from poverty. Classic Aaron. No wonder government is hot on his tail. Not because of his electronical independency, whatever the hell it can mean. He's basically a hired gun who doesn't give a damn about people's lives. Brand poisons protected lakes and kills innocent fish. In addition, his hobby seems to be running on mountains and collecting junk. And most of the time he comes across a lot of broken laptops and cell phones. Finally something else happens. The whole establishing sequence lasted for 18 minutes. The longest 18 minutes in my life, ladies and gentlemen. And finally we get a glimpse on Aaron's fiancée, who is conveniently named Bride, according to IMDb. So Aaron and his gal, who looked like his older sister when they were kids, and like his daughter when they grew up, were into shocking neighbors with bare butts. And no, I'm not talking about Bride. She is wearing body-colored bikini pants at least. But Aaron? Yes. Aaron stands there in a shiny suit nature bestowed upon him at birth.
That's it?
I wouldn't recommend it, buddy. After 4 decades of dating, Aaron finally mustered up the courage to propose to Bride. At almost 50 years old, he suddenly claims that he had always wanted kids. Then, what the hell were you guys doing all of those years? Too busy sitting in a desert and staring at dusty roads full of human remains? So, Aaron stretches out the ring and then...
Oh, jeez.
So that's why he is out of his mind now. Swimming with his dead fiancée in the pool? Man, this sucks. Not that becoming a misanthropic terrorist is justified or something, but at least it kinda explains why now he is sleeping in front of his car and changing clothes in public restrooms in the middle of nowhere. Come on, dude, it's desert. You can show your goods to the neighbors, but you're too shy to change clothes in an empty desert. Aaron Brand meets some secret dude in the secret place in the middle of some square in Las Vegas. Apparently he has a real aversion to offices because of some skeletons hanging around there.
Not to mention the skeletons that are in there.
But you didn't mind them on the roads though. Their whole dialogue is heavily accompanied with this noise.
This is chemical biological. The worst kind.
So it was a bit painful to listen, and I guess I might miss some important information along the way. Neil was going about biological weapons and stuff, something he is so passionate about, and the agent guy just stood there like a champ and listened to Aaron's nonsense. We then get to enjoy some painfully long set of stock footages that shows the contrast between the dark and criminal side of the city and the dark and cheerful side of the city. After spending another night under the car, Brand wakes up and the first thing to do is to check YouTube's feed. I haven't posted my Double Down review just yet, so Brand takes a stroll with a gun in his pants.
Old man, you don't look like a terrorist to me.
Well, you don't look like a terrorist either, but still. Now it's a lunchtime, why not trying to get along with a rock wall and scream in a desert?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
And that's one of a few perks of living under a car in the desert. You can spend all day running around on rocks and screaming your lungs out without anyone around to judge you. I don't mean this particular desert, it seems to be pretty much crowded. An old guy chilling in a cave, a guy with glasses collapsing, people in white clothes cosplaying La Creazione di Adamo. But honestly, I'm not so sure about them. Aaron believes that they are his deceased parents, so it is unclear whether they actually exist or he is just hallucinating due to his recent dip in a lake he poisoned the day before. Suddenly, Aaron appears at a table with empty plates and wine glasses filled with water, with a strange family of a grandma, a father, and their daughter.
Our daughter Megan was just diagnosed with brain cancer.
They seem to be overly protective of the girl, to the point where she has to ask for permission to serve water for guests.
Can I have some water, please?
Grandma, can I get it?
Yes.
What's wrong with the water you already have in this glass? Out of nowhere, Aaron begins discussing challenges of being a movie director.
All that we do is drive around and get caught up in spectacular car chases and huge buildings blowing up and wild gunfire and so on.
After the dinner, Aaron climbs on a hill to talk with his dead fiancée.
Tonight, I believe I cured Megan of cancer.
Whatever the hell makes you believe that, I seriously doubt you did, bro.
I did help her.
Maybe. I'm just saying that the only thing I saw was her helping you to get water and after that sitting with your hand on her head like an idiot.
No, thank you.
Wait, what? Does he carry his fiancée dead body around in a bag? That's even crazier than buying water poison for... What's in there, Aaron?
Airborne anthrax is lethal once inhaled. Be careful.
Oh, bruh, yo.
After that, Aaron meets potential customers and introduces a list of his services.
Cryptography, hacking into a banking system, shutting down a power grid for a major city, cutting off the water system for half the country, hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election, network-centric warfare.
Metric-centric warfare? What's that? Your brand name? That's a good brand name, I guess. Anyway, today they don't need much from the genius, just want him to wake someone. We don't know whom. This is way too easy for Aaron. All he needs to do is to borrow someone else's car from the restaurant parking attendant for a couple of bucks and poison a strawberry. Then he meets a happily married couple.
I can't believe we did this. I've only known you for 2 days.
That's all it takes in Vegas. Why did you wait so long?
Hey, you've been waiting for 40 years to make a proposal. Then he kills newly minted husband and paralyzes bride with 2 glasses of champagne. It's all smooth and professional work except for one minor detail.
What do you mean I picked up the wrong couple?
Yeah, the right couple he had to kill went to a lake and fooled our professional assassin with just 2 patches on forehead.
They committed suicide.
No, they certainly did not. How do you even imagine such a way of killing yourself? A true professional will always make control shots before carrying out the job to ensure customers' satisfaction.
The second goes higher on the chest. Aim for the heart and larynx. There.
But Aaron is just too lazy to put in the effort. He'd rather lounge in his car or run around in mountains.
I'm so confused and depressed.
I know, right? I have no clue what's going on. Now Aaron is running around Las Vegas covering people in flour.
Oh, excuse me. Contact. Once it gets into the air, it kills immediately on contact. He'll be dead in 5 minutes.
Aaron is back in his car, again with his laptop shut down. He's trying to hire his old friend with benefits. I wonder what did Bride think about their friendship. Anyway, he tries to hire her for an astronomical price for $100.
Only $100? Come on, baby.
Yeah, bro, come on, don't be so cheap. Throw in another 10 at least.
No sex.
Oh, in this case, yeah, okay, the 100 will do. Aaron steals a huge fancy red Ferrari using his electronical independency. He knocks out a guy with a fake beard, and it has already been an hour into the movie and I still can't figure out anything. At this point I can only describe what's happening on the screen without any context. I can't even make anything up.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Put your guns away. I tranquilized them.
The young agent is annoyed with tourists who only visit for sightseeing.
They're all preoccupied with seeing the sights and having a good time.
Duh. They all head to Fallout New Vegas set, where several other men watch empty road and talk to their guns. Then they just stand and stare at each other. A simple trick, and Aaron has both goods.
Run!
After the deal is done, he leaves and agents just stand there praising him.
He's too smart for us.
Then another mountain run. I guess he has to climb mountains to speak to his dead fiancée.
I've got so many questions. I'm so confused.
Welcome to the club. Then Aaron sits on the rails. Then Aaron sits on the railways and practices Jedi Force. Oh, today he had found some nice rifles. That's much better than broken laptops. But why is he now firing at them? Aaron decides to dress up and show off his numerous medals to a bunch of rocks. And only after that he returns back to his trunk junk. What? You no longer need to change clothes in public restrooms in desert?
I can create an EMP electromagnetic blast 200 miles above the Earth.
Do it!
And knock out all electric power over a specific area for 1 month.
Yes, you can!
Silently.
Just do it!
And no one will
Yes,
know.
stop playing with your garbage.
Yes. No!
Yes! It appears that Megan, the daughter of the father and the grandmother, has died. And Aaron is in disbelief. But I told you, you don't have any superpowers, right?
I cured her.
Apparently you didn't, and your other words also don't match up with the reality. Despite your claims of being capable of all sorts of stuff, the only things you seem to be really capable of is chilling in your car or performing the lamest parkour in desert I have ever seen. The one time you were given a task, you f***ed up miserably. Oh, another important call comes in.
How do you know? Where is he? Who is it?
Suddenly, without any explanation, Aaron starts melting down on the ground.
I'm an American. I love this country.
But then he quickly gets up and starts running again. Checking the corpse, sleeping on the ground, listening to Dead Bride. It all goes in circles in an endless nightmare.
Warrior! Warrior! Warrior!
The filters are active. Proceed.
What? Something is finally going to happen? Please don't let it be another round of stock footages.
The small diversions have started and I can't stop them now.
Well, finally something is happening. I guess he is bringing the apocalypse to Las Vegas.
Now you'll be just as alone as I am.
I thought you liked America, but I guess this works. At least it's something, okay?
I know I can stop this attack.
Now there are guys taking crap under a train, while overhearing Aaron talking to himself about stopping the attack he started. Suddenly they start shooting at each other for some reason, while Brand makes a conference call with the directors.
The FBI director, CIA director of Homeland Security, and the senator.
So this is why you carry so many cell phones. I thought it was for government to track you more easily. Now what about laptops? Why do you type crap on several laptops, using satellite dishes as screens?
These are just small distraction compared to what's going to happen to Las Vegas.
I I doubt anything is going to happen anytime soon, Aaron. The movie ends in 10 minutes and you just said that you're going to stop the attack.
Prepare to evacuate the hotels on the
hotels on the strip.
Who are these guys talking to?
Go to Code Orange.
Go to Code Orange.
Go to Code Red.
Go to Code Red.
This is 2 against 2. Classical dilemma of democracy.
I've done all I can do to stop the attack. I hope this proves whose side I'm on, and that my loyalty is to my country.
Do I need to remind you, you were the one who started it in the first place? Damn, the messes in his trunk is an eyesore. Dude, you really have to find a minute to clean this up. I really appreciate he didn't litter with those empty tuna cans in the desert, but...
Why are you the way that you are?
After this horrible littering, Aaron smashes laptops and leaves them alone with his past and trash in desert. What freed him from the ghost of Bride? The guy killed the innocent married couple, a bunch of random tourists, caused various unnamed but yet, I believe, terrible catastrophes in Las Vegas, and in the end all he can say is...
Forgive me.
We will talk only after you return back and pick up all trash you left. But no, the credits roll, but... Oh, I'm so glad this movie... Who is this non responsible for lighting, makeup and hair? What hair were you responsible for, non? The ones in the bag or brains? Anyway, I'm glad the movie has ended, it was just unbelievably bad. It doesn't even come close to being a masterpiece like Fateful Findings. In that movie, every minute can be broken down and studied in detail. As for Double Down, with all respect, it was way below my expectations in every single aspect. Anyway, till the next time, cheers.